In this video, I'm going to show you how you can customize your teacher page in Clever. To start, you want to log into Clever and make sure that you're on the homeroom page. At the top section, you'll see there's something called pages. These are teacher pages. Teacher pages are just ways for you to create groups of resources to share with groups of students. So for example, when a student logs into Clever, so on my right here is a student page, they see this section called teacher pages. And so this is the teacher page here with the little blue owl that they see. So when they click into it, they'll see any resources shared by this teacher here. And when they scroll down, they'll also see all of the district resources related to them. So let's go back and look at customizing a teacher page. So I'm going to click on the blue owl one because that's the one that other student was on. And when I click onto a page, you'll see that anyone who can view this page, any of my students, I have a list of their names and I can see who's on. So this green check mark says that this student is currently logged in, and that's my student that I have over here. Okay. And so what I can do is a couple things. One, I can create an announcement for this group of students. So it can say, good morning, make sure to log into Google Classroom and check out the assignment. Okay. And then you'll see that I have this green option to allow students to reply. I might want to turn that off. The replies are only visible to you. I can post that. And if I pop over to my student view and I click onto my student page, I might need to refresh. You can see that the announcements popped up there, right? And so, I might use this to set reminders to students about Google Meets that we have coming up or assignments or specific areas I want them to start with before the day starts. So on my page, I can do announcements, but then I can also start curating resources for them. So this page is really intended for resources that are not shared by the district, that are maybe used specifically by your class. So for example, maybe I know for the day that we're going to be using the MFA app. So I can copy that link there, give it a title, select an icon so students can easily see it, make a little paintbrush, and I can add this link. And so I can give this, a title. Might say virtual field trips. And so when I click it, it'll bring, I will go to the MFA. So it creates that link for the students. So they don't have to worry about typing that into their URL or browser. They just have a handy little icon right there. See, it pops up right there for them. So this is a great way to share resources so kids don't have to sort of hunt around everywhere. You can create different categories. So I named this one virtual field trips, but I can say add. Let's say I want to add another category that is maybe assessments. And maybe I have a specific source for them to use for assessments. And I can click add, and I can add an app. And I can type in Edpuzzle because I know that we are going to use some video assessments there. And so you can add any apps that the district has. It'll say district there. You can add a link there. You can add a PDF, and you might want to think about why you would add a PDF there. Kids can't edit the PDF, so maybe it's just informational. Maybe it's a syllabus. Maybe it's your contact information. Maybe it's a calendar, something where students are just going to reference it and see it, but not something that students are going to be specifically editing or needing to manipulate. Okay, so this is how you customize your page by adding apps and resources. So let's go back to homerooms. And so this page here, you'll see it says it's shared with all of my students. Well, if I'm an elementary teacher, I have 30 students, that totally works. But if I'm, let's say, a science teacher at the high school and I have 5 different sections, I might want to create 5 different pages for those students. So the first thing is I'm going to click on this gear icon and I'm going to edit the sharing. And I'm going to select, instead of all of my students, I'm going to select one or more of my classes. And this will pull in my sections from X2. Again, this is a demo account, so it's only pulling in these demo classes, but you can pull in your X2 account, classes. And so I only want those 20 students to see it, and I can click Save. The other option is here you see this one that says Just for You. These are resources that maybe you're just curating resources for yourself to check or to try out, or not things that you want to share with students. So you'll see that this is something only you can see, but you can always change that by clicking on Edit Student Sharing. Okay, so this is how you can customize your teacher pages. Um, let's say you want to add one more teacher page, or you want to add one for each of your sections that you teach. You can click Add and Page, and it has created a new page that you can rename. I might say, ELA. And I'm going to make sure that I edit student sharing because it says only I can see it. And I'm going to select who I want to see it, one or which class I want to see, or maybe I want all my students to see it. Maybe I'll do ELA. And so it'll bring in all of my students that can see this, what their status is, if they're online or not. And I can start adding apps for them to see. And that's how you customize your teacher page in Clever.